Hello, my name's Mark Duff, and I just want to talk to you today about something close to my heart, and that is the reason that some people struggle with change. So there's many types of changes that can go on in your life. There's the ones you choose, and there's also the ones that happen to you. Now, obviously, the ones you choose are quite easy to deal with because they're your choice. It's the ones that tend to be forced onto us or just happen to us, which some people struggle with, and those are the ones I want to discuss today. So I've tried to work through a scenario which would help explain this to myself and other people, and I thought that'd be nice to share this with other people also. So to demonstrate this, I create a very simplistic view of the world. We have some farmers at the bottom of the screen there, and at the top of the screen we have a small town. And this is a supply and demand situation where the farmers are farming their fields, and each day they'll carry their wares up into the town and sell them directly to the customers. And they can do this, and they're happy doing this, and it's very efficient. It's working for them, and it's all great. What happens if something changes that stops them from doing this, or prevents them from taking this path? So along comes this storm cloud, very imposing, and it's dumped a big lake right in the middle of their path. So now they've got to try and cope with this. There's a group of people that will try to ignore that this change has happened. And you may recognize these people. They're the ones which will try to find a way around the change. Some will just ignore it completely and carry on trying to follow the old path and will find it difficult. And you can see this is a lot of effort. These guys are running backwards and forwards. In one case, the guy's swimming across a lake. It's hard work. These guys aren't happy. They're really struggling with this change. And people do this in real life all the time. They're presented with a change. Maybe a new manager's come into their organisation, or something bad's happened to them, or there's a major change in the way they've been told to work for some other reason. And rather than going with it, they're trying to find a way around it. And these guys are never happy. They really struggle with that. On the other hand, you've got these guys at the bottom right here who are going to discuss this change. How can we find a way to resolve, make it easier for us, rather than running around and trying to find a way around this? Let's see if we can find a better way to work with this. So this one guy here, he's got to build himself a boat. This guy's been designated as a driver, and this guy's been taken over to the other side, and he's going to buy himself a vehicle as well. And what they're going to do is they're going to create one super farm and work together to solve this problem that they're being presented with. And they're going to change the way they work. Now, these guys are going to be a lot happier because they've chosen the route they're going to take, and this is going to be a lot easier for them. So now, rather than the running around that the other guys are doing, what these guys are doing, they're going to work together. One guy's going to run the farm. He's going to have a lot more time to manage this new super farm that he has in front of him, because he hasn't got to travel backwards and forwards every day. And now he can get to specialize as well, and you've got specialized roles here that people are doing. And the whole time they're doing this, these other guys are still going to continue to ignore this change has happened or try to find a way around it. You'll recognize this in all walks of life. I'm a manager myself in IT, and when I start a new role, you could look from as an outsider, you can see things that can be improved, and you try to implement these changes. And some people resist them. And these are the guys that are always unhappy. The ones which are more open to it, work with you. They're the ones that will just be happy in their roles. And we don't get it right first time every time, and we'll continue to tweak it. And these guys that are running around the fields and trying to swim across the lakes, these are the ones which will see this as yet another change. Whereas the other guys will see this as part of the grown experience. This it's the continuation of life and change and everything else. And they'll be much happier people. So these guys that have been running around, they're going to get fed up. They're going to get tired of doing this. So they're either going to join in with these guys here on the right of the screen, or they're going to just leave. And that's quite often what happens. People move on, looking for what it is they're used to doing, looking for familiarity. And maybe they'll find it. Maybe they'll move on. They'll find this area that looks just like their old area. They'll build their farms, and they'll go back to the way they always did things. And they'll be happy for a while again. But inevitably, with life, there's always another change on the horizon, and you just don't know when this is going to happen. And you could move on again, and you can avoid it again, but eventually it's going to catch up on you, and you're never going to be truly happy if you keep resisting these changes. So, in my opinion, life is change. Change is life. we need to learn to embrace these changes. We need to learn to see them as a good thing, breaking the mold, doing something new. Um, some changes will seem more difficult than others to overcome, but if you look at it as a positive experience, as life, something new, eventually you'll see that this removes the mundane. This is actually a chance to do something new, something different. And even if you love what you did before, what you got to remember is the situation you're in now is because of changes that came about in your life beforehand. And that they were good changes. Now, you don't always decide when those happen. Maybe you made unemployed and now you're doing a different job and you love this job and you love the way you're doing it. But that was part of a change that made you like that. What's to say the next change is going to be good as well? It's all about how you look at these things. So I'll leave you with that and just say, I think everyone should learn to embrace change. They'll be happier, they'll find life a lot easier. Running backwards and forwards up this path may look like fun for a while, but eventually something's going to happen to you that's going to make you work a different way. So embrace the changes, find it a good thing, help the people that are trying to arrange the changes or make the changes well. Everybody's life will be a lot easier and a lot more fun. So thank you very much for listening. My name's Mark Duff, and stay tuned for more videos. One last thing, if you enjoy what you've seen today, why not check out my Facebook group, Be the Bigger Person. You can get there at www.facebook.com/groups/BTB person. It's just a small group created to help people overcome annoyances in their lives with some words of wisdom from real people. No cliches, well, not too many cliches. Thank you very much, and speak to you all again soon. Bye bye.